Eden Badisher here, your enrolled agent with Paramount Tax and Accounting, demystifying income taxes one question at a time. Today's question was prompted by my BNI group. Do you ever get confused about tax credits versus tax deductions and how they each help you? And additionally, are deductions even a thing anymore? Before we explore this, it is important to know that available credits and deductions do change every year. So if you don't keep up with the Internal Revenue Code, you could miss all but the standard ones. There are several software options out there if your tax situation is simple or you want to file your own return and you have the time to do it carefully. However, if your tax situation is not truly straightforward or the time or stress are a bit overwhelming, it can be wise to hire a tax professional. The good news there is, on average, going to a tax professional usually saves you more than it costs. At Paramount, we offer a 3-year tax review from October 15th through December to enable you to determine if there are missed deductions and credits from previous years, and if it's worth having us amend them. Now, on to the question. Simply put, a deduction lowers your income level before your tax is calculated. Some decrease your adjusted gross income or your AGI, which is important as many limits are determined by your AGI. Other deductions, like the standard or itemized deductions, lower your taxable income after your AGI is determined. Meanwhile, a tax credit directly lowers the tax you owe after your taxable income and associated tax are calculated. Now, to the question, are deductions even a thing anymore? The answer is a definitive yes. However, it may seem like they have gone away because the IRS raised all the standard deductions to decrease the number of returns that itemize. So while it may seem on the one hand you can't take advantage of a number of available deductions, that's true, but remember that's because they've provided a much larger standard deduction, which actually means less work for you to get more money back. Now, if you like to go into the weeds with me a bit, because a deduction happens before tax is calculated, the impact to the amount of tax you pay is only a percentage of the deduction. So let's look at an example using straightforward numbers. Imagine you're taxed at 10% and your salary is $100,000. If you receive a $5,000 deduction, that would reduce your taxable income to $95,000. At a 10% tax rate, instead of owing $10,000 in taxes, you now owe $9,500 in taxes, which is a $500 savings. While that may not seem like a lot, deductions such as this have the potential to lower your marginal tax bracket, meaning the deduction comes off the portion of your income that is taxed at the highest rate. That's good news. And if you want to understand how tax brackets work, that's a question for another day, quite soon. A tax credit, on the other hand, is a dollar-for-dollar reduction in the taxes you owe subject to limits. The $2,000 child tax credit for children 16 years of age and under is an example. Sounds great, right? It is, but the rub here is that most tax credits cannot reduce the tax you owe below zero. This means that if you don't owe the feds anything, it can be very difficult to take advantage of them. There are some refundable credits, such as the child tax credit, the earned income credit, or the lifetime learning and American opportunity tax credits. These credits will not just lower your tax bill to zero, they can make it so the IRS owes you money. Now, on Thursday, we'll take a look at one specific deduction more closely, the home office deduction. So stay tuned and follow us for an opportunity to understand who can take the home office deduction and what the stipulations are, as well as the dreaded question, if I take the home office credit, will that trigger an audit? So, hopefully this helped give you a little insight into the difference between a deduction and a tax credit. And please stay tuned. Join us for more of these. Again, Thursday, we will talk about the home office deduction specifically. And please post your questions in the comments below so that we can continue to provide answers to questions that are of most interest. Thank you and have a wonderful day.